Hello, welcome back. As you can see, I've got a little bit of a different hairstyle going on. I showed you today how I get my Bella bun, that's what I call it. So I did a walkthrough tutorial of exactly how I did it. I'm hoping it looks good. I'm gonna have to check right now, but I pretty much put y'all in the bathroom with me while I was like whipping my hair around, and that's how I do it. Obviously yours is gonna look different depending on your hair type, depending on your hairline, but usually this is kind of how I do my little swoops and edges. I showed you everything that I used. It's really simple. I feel like this is under $10. I feel like this is an under $10 hairstyle because most people have the products. The only thing I feel like you might not have is the gel, but I feel like you're gonna have everything else. If not, there's things that I would say are able to be substituted, but it's a really easy style. It's what I do if my hair is unruly leading up to wash day and I have somewhere to be and having it down doesn't look good, or in between just looks crazy. This is my go-to, and this is something that I've done even when I was natural. So I feel like it's a really safe bet if you're natural or relaxed, if your hair is type 4, type 3, this method works. I've had this hairstyle in my Instagram pictures. I did some TikToks with it. I'll go ahead and put those in so you can see at different times. But as I said, I feel like this is like my fail-proof hairstyle. If it's dirty or I'm not able to wash it when I want to and I need to be somewhere and be around a lot of people, this is the style. And I think it's super cute because you can do a bun, or you could leave it in a ponytail, or you can like attach a ponytail if you like really long ponytails. So I feel like it's very versatile in that regard. I just feel like it'll save anybody. You know, if this is like a rescue hairstyle, yeah. And I feel like, obviously I've done it a million times before, but this little center part is what makes it 2021 trendy, Bella, Gigi Hadid, the supermodel bun, you know? But yeah, this is what it looks like. I'm gonna give you a little 360 now. All right, so I'm starting on dirty hair. I never do this on like fresh hair because once the gel is in it, it's not going to come out until I wash it. So I don't like to do it if I'm thinking of taking it out of a bun. This is like the bun on the way to wash day. So usually I leave it in for like maybe two or 3 days or so. So what you're gonna need is this gel. This is my favorite gel, all-time favorite gel. I've been using this since like middle school maybe. A brush that is like hard bristled. You're gonna need a rat tail comb, one of these, or any kind of clip, but this clip I find works really well. Regular hair ties, fresh ones. You don't really want stretched out ones. And then this is the key. You're gonna need a headband, or I also used to use, you know, those nylon, like those nylon foot stockings, but like not the full pantyhose, like the ones that stop like mid-calf, those, or a wig cap. Okay, I used to use a wig cap and pull it so that it looks like this. Okay, but headbands I find work really well because they're so thick and they just really give me the tension I need for that perfect like slick back hairstyle. I do this on my straight hair now that it's relaxed, but I used to do this when my hair was natural too. Like I could slick it down the same way, and I feel like a lot of people feel like, oh, you know, it's my hair type and that's why I can't do it. I think it's the technique. I really think it's the technique and the product, and I was able to find a technique that I feel like works for me, so I'm gonna show you exactly what I do, and I'm gonna just do it in real time so that you can see how it takes me. So the very first thing I'm doing is parting my hair in the middle because this is going to be my little Bella bun. I mean, I don't really know which of the sisters wear their hair like this, but I'm assuming it's Bella. Might be Gigi, I don't know, but I like calling it my Bella bun. So what I'm doing is taking a small portion at the front, kind of in a triangular, what's the word? Triangular part. I just don't want too much hair. because I don't want to have to smooth that in and then it kind of smooths down lumpy. Okay, so I kind of make part for that. It's not super straight, but it doesn't really matter. Then I take my little clip and I just kind of clip that, or I, you know, clip it out the way a bit. Then I start working with the hair that I have over here. So the first thing I do, open my gel, and I start with about this much. Take it, rub it in my hands, and I start smoothing it on the front and edges of my hair. The point is to kind of start small and build up. Grab a brush, and then I start pulling. I hope you can see this. Let me get down. Pulling like that. I'm just brushing, gathering. I'm doing this with a very firm hand, and the smoothing after with the other hand I feel like is also very important. This is obviously going to take me a little bit longer because I'm speaking through it, but it doesn't really take that long to do. And but I find that if you don't rush it, you'll get the best results. So I really like it to be super smooth. I just grabbed some more gel. Smoothing. Smoothing. I don't have to focus on the edges too much because we're gonna touch those up later. We're just really trying to set up the ponytail for success. So you can see that it's smoothed pretty straight all over, like so. Now, back in middle school, when I used to do my hair, I never used to brush the back of my hair. I don't know why. I was always like, no one's gonna see it. And I remember my grandmother being like, are you not gonna brush the back of your hair? And I'm like, no, why would I do that? Anyways, I'm saying this to say it is very important that you brush the back of your hair. I'm putting about the same amount of gel as I did before. I always kind of try to grab small amounts and then work them in. Grabbing some more and then just like brushing up. All of this, oh, you probably can't hear me. Whoops. All of this is kind of just setting the stage for the bun because we're gonna go ahead and brush some more after. So now I am brushing and gathering with the other hand. And you want to just keep a good grip. You have to keep a good grip on it. If not, it's gonna kind of fall apart and it's gonna lose its position. So right now I'm grabbing it pretty tight and I'm watching out for lumps. If you're not grabbing it smoothly, you can have lumps come up like in the middle and in other places. So I'm grabbing like this, then I'm gonna brush the back a little bit. Make sure there's no lumps. I'm still holding it with a very firm hand. Now this is the part, oh God, I'm out of breath. This is the part, so you're gonna grab the headband. This is the ultimate trick. After you figured out where you wanna position the ponytail, I wanna do mine kind of, not directly at the back of my head, but like around here. Grab it like this. I am going to lay it on my head like this. Like I want it to be like that, okay? So that's what I'm doing around the ponytail. It's still banded together like this. And I'm gonna use this side, I'm gonna pull it, and I'm gonna wrap it around while this hand is holding this part steady, right? Because if it's not holding it steady, it's gonna just swing around. So I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna flip my head and I'm going to pull it around. I'm gonna use this hand to stop it
grab it. This is the only side I'm holding. Flipped, so that's around once, and that's around twice. And then I bring it around for the third time. And when I do, I'm going to grab the piece I was holding with my other hand, and I'm gonna pull that through and pull the piece that I was pulling around in the opposite direction of it, so that there's this. I need this part. Okay? If you can see that, very important. Whew. Now I've got a very tight ponytail. This ponytail is not that it's not for every day, but depending on how tight you make it, it won't be for every day. And mine is usually very tight because I want it to be very slick. So I have to just be careful how often I wear this. We're going in with some more gel. I just released my my clip so that you could see what I'm doing. I could see right here, the textures look a bit different. So I'm gonna go ahead, put some gel there. Brush it, smooth it, brush and smooth. And again, I'm not super worried about my edges because I usually do that last. Just brushing. I want to make sure you brush the back of your neck up. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be good enough. Perfect. Great. So, ponytail's looking good. Now, we've got the piece in the front. I already parted it. I mean, I'm not super crazy about parts, but for this video, I'll just touch it up. But usually if I wasn't filming, I wouldn't really touch it up. Great. Somewhat straight part. Perfect. Now I'm gonna take some more gel, same amount that I always take, and I'm gonna pull this piece almost diagonal back. I'm not gonna pull it like down like that because then you'll be able to see it. It's kind of gonna go like this. One side at a time. Start at the front and I'm gonna put the gel on. An important thing is you have to feel the gel touching your scalp. You don't want to use too much, as I said, but it's important that it's touching your scalp because then they kind of just like blend together when you need them to. I feel like I need to be a bit lower. Okay, so same technique. Brushing it in and swooping. And I'm kind of just brushing it in with the hair that's already set down. See how it kind of disappeared? Then I'm gonna do the next side. Just some gel right at the front. Okay. Like that. Okay. We're gonna brush, 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 brush. Like so. See how you can see the difference? We're gonna just blend that out. I'm trying to go kind of with the natural line of the hair that's already laid. You don't want to be too rough and like break the hair underneath, you know? I feel like people would have done this in a voiceover, but I'm live talking and live panting, gasping for air. Okay, we're gonna just brush it to the back. Anytime I see a little like white speck or anything like that, I just kind of move it. Okay, now, right, is when I take my small hair tie. And what I'm gonna do is go around this ponytail with this hair tie, and that's gonna include the two pieces that we use to get this center part. So just wrapping that around, make sure that it's kind of, you're focused on where, okay, I used new hair ties and I should have just used an older one because it's just really tight, but it's okay. I know I said you don't want a super stretched out one, but these new ones are also annoying. Okay. Try to avoid tangles around the hair tie if possible. I try to just make sure my ponytail is kind of smooth. It's gonna go into a bun anyways. I mean, I could do a ponytail like this if you wanted to just like, you know, brush it out or style it or what have you. But for the purpose of this video, the style that I've been recently doing is my Bella bun. So, I've got gel on my forehead. From here, I just look at it and I take another hair tie. Sometimes I do it in different steps. Like sometimes I would do my edges right now and then tie it, but I like to leave my edges for last because I have to tie it down. I forgot to show you the scarf, but it has to be tied down for the right result. So I grab the bun, I smooth it out. Now I have to remember what direction that little knob was in because you don't want to undo it, right? So you want to go in the direction that the knob was laid so that it doesn't stick out. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to twist it around this way, just keep it kind of smooth. If it's too messy, I just start again. Just wrapping it around like that. And I just grab a hair tie and I just put it over the base of that. And that is the bun part. Oh, I forgot something else. Okay, wait, let me grab it. Edge brush. So you're gonna need an edge brush to just keep everything super smooth. And then you can see like right here, I've got a little bit of like, not a flyaway, but it didn't get tucked in properly. So I'm gonna go in with some gel, touch that up. It's looking a little fuzzy on this side, if you can see that. You see the fuzz and a speck? Yeah, I'm gonna go in, touch that up. So I'm using a little bit more gel. Always start small and build. Touch it like that. Okay. And then I like tilt my head in all directions so that I can see like where the curly flyaway parts are. You can't always see them if you're looking like from a certain angle. Then I start with the edges and the front part, and this part I would say is the most important because you really want your, like the front of your hair to look especially clean. That really makes the look. So I just go in with like my normal brush first, and then I add like all the details with my small brush. Not that I add many details because I'm not really a swooped up edge girl. Mostly because I just don't know how to do it. Always have to follow with your hand. Always, always, always. Just kind of lays the hair in. Wouldn't make you feel better, babe, if I told you I've been feeling. Okay. Next side. Your heart is in the ground and my head's through the ceiling, all the possibilities. I'll have to look and see how long this took me, but usually I would give this about 10 minutes. But again, not the best style if you're in a rush because the details of this style is important and you don't want it to fuzz up. Okay, these are looking, it's looking, what's the word? Uneven. I don't like it, I don't know what he did. But I think, that's what it was. I was too, there we go. I gotta do that with the next side. So just like pulling it back. I would say stop brushing kind of early and smooth the rest back. Like there's no need to always be going over and over and over like the whole line of your hair. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't always have to brush all the way to the back unless you have a specific reason for it. So, oh my god, I'm screaming, sorry. So, this is the most important step here. The most. You have to tie it down. So I grab a scarf. It's a satin scarf, it's super old. I just put the ends together in a triangle. I rest it on my leg and I put it like this. Then I fold it again because I want it to be this kind of shape. Lay it on my edges, and you cannot wait too long to do this. You cannot. And I just tie it like that, really tight. And then with a friend, you have to do this after your makeup's done because there's just no way you're gonna be able to do your makeup properly. Now you can customize like the size to get more of the back, but I find that when you try to get too much of the back, you're gonna sacrifice the tightness at the front. So I just focus on the front and trust that the back was brushed in properly, or I just go, you know what, it's gonna be dark anyways. Looks pretty good, passable. So I'm going to put this on, leave this on. It is 6:32. I'm gonna stop filming and I'm gonna let you know how long I let it set before I can take it off. Okay, so it's 7:05 and I'm gonna take this down. Now I would say the least amount of time I would leave it for would be about 15 minutes. And the reason we're doing this is because you want it to dry. Yeah, so you just want the actual gel to dry, because if it doesn't dry, that's when it'll start to kind of curl back up. So I'm gonna just jump into better lighting so that you can see it better. So this is the final result. I mean, pretty self-explanatory, easy hairstyle, amazing hairstyle. And I say that because I'm completely biased. I love it. And I said before, I strongly believe that all hair types can do this style. I think it's the gel. I think if you use the gel correctly, you're gonna be smiling. Always start with a little bit because you want it to dry. You don't want to be like so caked up in gel that your hair is just like full of gel and it's kind of like wet, because then it's gonna curl. You need it to dry down into this finish. And as I said, it moves, but it'll move, but it doesn't move like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at that. Amazing hold. And as soon as you give it like a spray of water, it'll be able to move around and restyle. And biggest tip, if you're doing this style and you want it to last, like if you're not going to wash your hair the next day, all you have to do is take a little bit of water, spray it, don't rush in with the gel for the next day. Spray it and start brushing and see how much of it reactivates. And then you can touch up with the gel, but I feel like the gel that I use on the first day is usually enough to carry me through to the following days. That is a tip right there, I'm telling you. I swear by this stuff. So those are the tips. It's really simple. I feel like this tutorial was really easy to follow. Let me know though what you guys are doing with your hair for your like slick down buns. Are you using Got2b freeze spray? Honestly, I've never tried it. I've never tried it and it makes me nervous. Like, this is the method for my slick waves, my sleek buns, and I just get nervous when I feel like there are other things that have stronger hold, and I know how this product works with a lot of other products. Like, I feel like it's able to blend really well, so I never really have like the white residue or anything going on, so I'm always a little hesitant to switch it up. If you end up trying out my technique, make sure you let me know. Send me a DM or leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. You can find me here, TikTok, Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!